Okay, let's go ahead and add a little bit of sound and animation to our scene. So the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else is after I've opened this up, I'm going to save it. So I'm going to go to here to File and Save As. And so it is the name that it was when you opened it up. All I'm going to do is I'm going to add sound to the end of it, or you could add animation, just so that you're adding another version to it. And that way you've got your original version in case something happens and you just don't like what's going on with it. Why not just have that extra one? So I just tacked on sound and I'm going to say save. Okay, so now from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start recording some music. Okay, so I've gone to the internet and I've just picked out a really silly song here. This is this Pokemon theme song from Team Rocket. Anyways, so I've recorded that on Audacity right there. All right, and I'm just going to close up any extra windows that I have so I don't max out my computer's abilities here. Anyways, and so I've recorded that, and I only want about 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds on my little video here, and this is much longer than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the power of Audacity to kind of cut that down a little bit. So here we go. I like this beginning part. It's kind of fun. Okay, great. The middle part it's nice too, but I do have to cut some out. So I'm going to get rid of all this middle part right here. And I'll just delete that whole section. Keep zooming in on that again to see if that looks smooth. It does. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of that. Okay, that works out pretty well. Now, looking over here, I've got over 35 seconds. Remember, I want to keep it from between 20 and 30 seconds. And if I'm a couple seconds over, that's okay. But I think I can trim that down even a little bit more. So I'm going to go to the beginning here. Play it from the beginning. And so it does that bump, bump, bump like 3 times. I could knock at least maybe 2 of those out. So I'm going to listen. And so right here, they've got another one. Maybe zoom in on that a little bit. Yeah, that's a good place to cut. And I'll just go from there to the beginning of the track and delete that. And I should have it pretty good then. So let's see here. Okay, pretty silly, but there it is. So, and remember, when you're picking out songs, you got to be school appropriate. So anyways, I'm going to go here to File and Export. And I want to export that into my Sounds folder. So I'm in my Sounds folder. That is in my Scene Assets, which is in the 3ds Max folder, which is in your Student Drive folder. Okay, so all good. And I'm saving it as a WAV file. And I'm going to save that. Okay, now back in Max, we're going to import the sound that we just created. So like before, go over here to the graph editors and open up the dope sheet. Yours already might be docked at the top here, but if not, we can dock it now, and that's what I would probably do. So I'm going to go ahead and first off, since I've got some extra buttons and stuff like that that I don't want, yours might look a little different than mine, but it should be essentially the same. And I'm going to right click here, and on the show toolbars, I'm just going to put none. And that gives me just a little bit more essential room. Then I'm going to dock it to my top here. So I'm just going to go dock and top. Now you guys have the whole other computer screen, so I would probably tend to do that. But anyways, but you could just dock it to the top here, and that's fine. So to add sound, I'm just going to go ahead and double click on the sound, go to add. It should take you directly to that sounds folder. If not, you can navigate there. And here is that track that I just made, that Mayumuki edit. And so I've added that track and I can close that. Okay, so let's see here. To see the sound wave for that, I'm going to go here where it says sound. I'm going to open that up. And then I can see that I've got my song title right here. So I'll open that up. And I can see my waveforms now. So I'm going to make this 20 to 30 seconds. So I'm going to need either about 600 to 900 frames. If I look at this, I can get a pretty exact view of how many I'll need. So I'll go all the way over here to the end. And it looks like it's about 945, something like that. So that's what I'll do. I'll give it 945 frames. So I'm going to go down here to my time configuration and put in 945. Once again, yours might be very different than that. And just press OK. And now my timeline is matching my dope sheet up here. Okay, so I'm going to just zoom out a little bit on this just by rolling the wheel on my mouse. And I'm going to move over a little bit just by pressing down the wheel, moving over. That's my slider. And so now I've got this track into my max scene. Okay, groovy enough, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go just back here to the beginning and start animating a few things. I think the first thing that I want to animate is this